Good afternoon, everybody that's watching, all the beautiful souls that are with me today. I'm out a little later than usual because I've been out helping my grandma all day. It's been nice. Yeah, I've been helping her out. So, I also went to urgent care earlier today, and everything's good. By the way, everything's good. But I wanted to talk about just some thoughts that came to mind. I've noticed that as I've been helping out, my family, hanging out with my family more, and just being around, I realized just how much like that energy comes back towards me. It's just little small things, but they keep adding up, and I'm like realizing things just keep coming to me because I'm willing to give. I'm willing to give, my family stuff. I'm willing to, put myself out there. Things just keep coming to me, right? There was an instance where it's I put into the universe how, I wanted to be a pilot, right? I moved out here, and it was a pilot that interacted with me, that came to me, right? Another thing, how you doing, sir? Another thing is with my family, right? My grandparents, they'd want something, right? And I just go ahead and I get it for them, right? And then I realized by giving it to them, I ended up getting even more back. And it's I didn't even ask for more. I was just doing it just because I wanted to, right? Just a small example, one of my grandmothers wanted donuts, right? A little box of donuts. We were out in the street driving, and they wanted some donuts, and so we got them, right? I was like, okay, I'll get you some. I got it, no problem, right? Not a big deal. And then I ended up getting, more than what I paid for, right? Another instance, I went to this bike repair shop, right? Because one of my grandparents had some bikes that they wanted to get repaired, right, for the summer, to quote unquote summarize it, right? And so we did. I went there. I learned what it is that I needed to do, right? I was hanging out with the staff, and I even donated some money because it was like a non-profit place. You just go in there, get your bikes repaired, and you could choose to donate. I was like, okay, yeah, I choose to do this because they did it really quick. They showed me, and it was really nice. And so I gave them the money, right, not expecting to get it back at all. And then one of my grandparents just like, hey, I know you donated some money, so here's the money back. I'm like, what? I didn't even ask for this, right? But it's I'm giving. And like I said at the beginning, these are just very small, minute details, right? Things that happen, but they just keep adding up, and they keep going and going. And I realize more and more, the more that you give out, the more that you end up receiving, right? The more that you end up receiving. And I've had my fair share of negative experiences here, right? I messed up my ankle. I got something stuck in my ear. There's still something wrong with my ear. I gotta go get it checked out. But nothing. Or I've also had some run-ins, right? And uncomfortable situations, right? But I'm going about all these things much better than I would have in the past. In the past, I would have handled any of these situations that I found myself in now a lot worse, right? And not worse in the sense that it wouldn't have gotten taken care of, right? It definitely would have, but it's I wouldn't have been able to keep up the attitude that I've had, a positive energy towards, even these negative things in the past. And because I'm able to you know, just be more positive in general, and giving, I'm also receiving, right? I'm being receptive to the energies around me, being thankful, and things just come back to me, right? Things just come back to me. And so I want to go ahead, I say all this, right? And I am fumbling on my words today, but that's fine. I say all this. If you can, try to give back. Try to give back not only to yourself, but to those around you, especially to those that, you know, have cared for you, or who do care for you, right? Those who show up for you. Give back, man. Because then you don't even know what you might end up receiving in return, right? It could be in the form of like an opportunity. It could be something tangible. It could just be an experience that you might have not had you not given, right? Or not even that, like just giving, but having been receptive too. Because you can give, right? You can give, but you can also just, you know, just stay like chill and not, you know, actually receive anything still, because you're not open to receiving the things around you, right? So yeah, I encourage, you know, anyone that's watching, try to give back however you can, whether it's through time, whether it's something tangible, whether, even if it's like just lending an ear, man, just give. I think it's very important to understand that you can receive all that you want. You know, people can receive and receive and receive and receive constantly, right? But if you're not giving back as well, then, you know, what are you doing? That's how I feel anyways. Oh my goodness. Man, something died over here. Oh my god. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I've just noticed it a lot more, and I think I'm very blessed, right? I know I'm very blessed, and you know, to even be able to do the things that I do, to be in a position I'm in, I know my blessings, and I'm very thankful for them. And because of the blessings that I have, I want to be able to give back, right? Not only to my family, but to the people that care about me, and to other people as well. You know, I like to donate and stuff. I like to, you know, go about my life trying to give, right? That's how, you know, reflecting back, that's one thing I used to do a lot, you know, or not used to, that I would do a lot, you know, I would give. And I'm now noticing that it's also important to receive, but you can't receive without also giving as well. So yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to talk about it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up around here. It's a nice day out. I'm gonna go ahead and do some work though. If you're seeing this, I love you. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Make sure to take care of yourself. It's the only person who can take care of you is you. And always remember, try to give back whenever you can. Right? It might be hard, but if you can even do a little bit, you'll end up receiving a lot more than you can even realize. Have a good one.